All right, and we're live. I apologize, I'm late again, but shit happens. The air conditioning in my unit broke again, so I've been having to deal with that a little bit. So, it is what it is. Let's just ping the Discord again. Cool. So today, the plan is to continue on with the inventory app that we've been building, or well, I haven't really started building it yet, but I spent the last couple sessions of yesterday's stream going through some planning, and I think I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'm going to actually start the project. So, with that being said, I actually am going to utilize AI for the first time. Well, actually, it's not the first time, but I'm going to use that to generate category list because I don't want to figure out how to, or I don't want to think about categories. So I'm just going to use AI to generate a list of product categories for me to use because I'm too lazy. It's not the first time I've used it, but I don't want to sit here thinking for longer than I need to. How's it going, Tyler? Welcome in. We're using AI. It's Jover. The West has fallen officially. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not using it to code. I'm just using it to come up with product categories because I can't be bothered. So let's use Gemini. I'll just do it on my other screen. I don't really give a shit. Give me 10 general consumer products categories. See what it comes up with here. Okay. What do we think of these? We got consumer electronics, fast-moving consumer goods, apparel and fashion. You've earned the right to use the clankers. Yo, Abdu, how's it going? Well, I don't know. I just want to use it for like this kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because like this is just an example. Finally I can watch your streams. Well, I appreciate that, Abdu. I hope you've been well. Been a minute. All right, so let's just say like electronics, processed foods, toiletries, and cleaning supplies, clothing, home and kitchen, health and wellness, personal care. I'll say personal care. Home decor I would consider under home and kitchen. Automotive, toys and games. You finish exams, you pass the year. That's great. I'm glad to hear that, Abdu. I'm glad you're moving on from this year and you're gonna go to next. I guess I should do like food and grocery or something like this. Electronics, clothing, home and kitchen, health and wellness, personal care, automotive, toys and games, food and grocery. I would consider like paper products to be underneath food and grocery. You need help? I stopped on my 40th day and the motivation is very low now, but I have plenty of time. That's good though. I think you should honestly take the time to just relax a little bit. I noticed you moved a lot. Nice. Yeah, I did. I moved not too long ago. Although the freaking air conditioner in our unit broke again, so I've been dealing with that today. It was working for about a week, and then it fucking died again. I don't know. I don't think it's my fault. I think it's just like the building is like fucked. I don't know. It's not a particularly hot day, but it's just annoying. There have been so many issues with this fucking place so far. That's gonna bug me. I'll relaunch this bastard. Hold on. Shit. I should not have done that, actually. That was a stupid decision. Am I still going? I think so. Yeah. Cool. The rain paused itself, though. There we go. We're back. I just wanted that to update because it was infuriating. It was gonna drive me nuts if that was there the entire time. I'd be mad if you pay rent. That shit should work. Yeah, exactly. It is 8 months out of the year. The other 4 months is so hot and humid. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. When I see the little update up there, it bothers me. Yeah, it's really hot now. Well, I mean, today it was like mid 20s. It wasn't brutal, but like I think like this week it's gonna be hot again. Like it's gonna go up to like the high 20s, like 20, 28, 29. 6 days away from the World Cup. I think I'm gonna take a little break and come back. 20 degrees Celsius. No, today it was like 26 degrees Celsius ish. We're surrounded by water, so humidity increases the heat. Yeah, exactly. Like the humidity, like today, for example, it was 26 degrees Celsius, but it felt like 33 degrees Celsius, which is like what, 90 Fahrenheit, give or take. 26C, that is cold. No, not in Canada. It isn't. Trust me. Depends on the humidity. Yeah, that's true. I usually like to keep my room temperature. Like when I have like room temperature for me is like 22C. 22 degrees Celsius is, in my opinion, is like the perfect room temperature. Sometimes 21, depending on what I'm feeling, but 22 degrees is like it's not too cold that you need to put on a sweater, but it's not too hot that you're sweating or you feel like you feel like 40. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there was a breeze as well, coming into our unit, so that was nice. Here it's very rare to see Celsius, only in high places. Oh, negative C. Yeah. In our winters though, it can get down to -10, -15. Even colder, -20s for sure. Not super commonly anymore, but okay. So I think these are enough categories. I don't know what I'm missing here. We have electronics, clothing, home and kitchen, health and wellness, personal care, automotive, toys and games, food and grocery. Maybe like an other category or something. I don't know. I think that's good enough. I'll just do apparel for like, like shoes or hats or whatever, I think that's how you spell apparel. Yes, it is. Okay. Cool. Here you can go from +20 to -20 in a day or two. Yeah. Especially during the winter, like around, or like the end of the winter, like March, you can get wild temperature swings. Like you can go from like -15 to like +20 in March. Like it really depends. But it's usually those transitions, like fall and spring for us, have those wild swings. All right, so that's fine. All right, so I think now that I have the categories, I think I can start building this thing. So let's move this over here. I also got rid of that aerospace window manager because it was really like kind of lagging my system a little bit. So I went back to rectangle, which is what I was using before, but I've got a trial of the pro version, so I'm gonna see how I like it. Okay, so let's. I know I did this last time, but I reconfigured my template to use PNPM for security, like the package manager. So I'm gonna recreate my repository with this new template to use PNPM. Keep it up, bro. I have to sleep now. Tomorrow, Jim. Got you, Abdu. Well, I appreciate you dropping by, my friend. It was nice seeing you. Okay, so let's do this. What did we? Let's say Odin inventory app. Okay, and then I'll like update the README and all this. Good luck at the gym. Yeah, get those gains. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of gym, I need to start. I've really been procrastinating on that. The problem is our apartment building is supposed to have a gym that's like, in the building, right? But it's a new building, so the gym is still being like built, which is kind of annoying. So the fucking gym, I asked the people, I was like, oh, the concierge or whatever. I was like, hey, like, do you have any idea when the gym's gonna be ready? They're like, I don't know, sometime this summer maybe. And I was like, okay, well that's really helpful. So, and I don't really want to unload like $70-$80 on like per month on a gym membership if I can get one free. With our apartment that I live in, and I pay like good rent for. At least I would consider it good rent, like expensive. I mean, I am splitting it with my girlfriend, but still, it's still expensive. So anyway, all right, let's clone this. Actually, I'm gonna go into the right folder. Node. If you can get afford it, just get a bench of bar and like 200 pounds in plates. Then get 10 and 20 pound dumbbells and pull-up bar. See, I would, but the problem is my apartment is only, I don't know how many square feet it is, like 550, 600 square feet. Like, it's really small. And we don't really have a lot of storage in here. So I don't know where that's going to live. But that's, yeah, you're right. That's true. I could do that. I was also thinking of just doing like calisthenics or something. Yeah, it's like, because it's a 1-bedroom apartment, right? Like it's really small. There's not really like, there's like a closet behind me, but it's like half of it's taken up by the washer dryer. So like, there's not really much room. Like, and then we have like all of our coats and our, vacuums and all these things in there. You don't need big machines or fancy cables just to get results. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just wanted to also do like cardio as well. Like, I mean, I've been going for walks. That actually is something I've been doing. I've been exploring the new neighborhood I moved into. Going for walks during my lunch breaks and all these things. So that's been kind of nice. Okay, so let's open this. $35 to 45 or 30 45 minutes per walk per day or 10K steps is good. Yeah, like for example, today I did a loop. It was about 50 minutes, and I got how many steps? 9,700 in 50 minutes of walking. So that wasn't too bad. Actually, that 9,700 includes like maybe the 500 or 1,000 steps I did around the apartment, but probably okay. So probably like out of that 9,700, probably like 8,500 were the walk. So, and the other thing I do is I live on a high floor, so I climb the stairs up and down, which is about, I counted it, it's like 140 stairs. It's from the ground floor to my floor, so that's like quite a hike actually. It's like I think like 16 switchbacks or something like that. So that's not too bad. And the weird thing is that each flight is a slightly different number of stairs. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. It kind of feels like the back rooms in there, but it's kind of fun. But our apartment building is like 20 stories, right? Or 19 stories? I think it's 19 stories. So I want to go from the bottom of the parking garage all the way to the top story at some point, which is probably like 250 steps, I think, at least, if not more, probably like 300. So I'm gonna make that a goal. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of yapping. Let's finish this README here. So let's say Odin inventory app, basic invent product. To learn Node, Express, PostgreSQL. Okay. That's a lot of stairs either way. Do that with 50 pounds of groceries. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'll give that a go. The other thing, too, that's nice is where I live, you get like 3 grocery stores within like a kilometer. so I can like walk to the grocery store feasibly. Like I could walk to the grocery store in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. And that's only because there's like crosswalks that I have to like wait for traffic and stuff. But you know, I can walk to like various big box stores within like, you know, not necessarily big box, but there's like a fair amount. That's so key. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, all right. So what was I gonna do here? So we have our app TS, and then I also need to do pnpm install. Okay, and then let's get our. Do we have our? Yeah, we have our dev. So we can do npm run dev now, and then this should just work. Okay, so that's still not working. Invalid server version does not match 2217. Oh, I should probably, okay, so I don't know why this is true, but I think I need to nvm install node. I wonder if I can do it like this. Because the version of node I have, I think globally is 22, which is old. So I need to install that. I don't know if I can do it if this works globally. Yeah, she says now using, okay, so 26.3, so now this should work. Yeah, okay, so it works now. I don't know why, where that is, where it's seeing that 22.17. I guess it's just the environment or something. Yo, how's it going, Prathme? I'm not doing, I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Okay, so this should run now. Localhost 8080. There we go. All right, there's our app. And then cool. So let's get started with this. Let's get started with the views. I think the other thing, actually, I should probably create. I think I already did create the Postgres. I should probably connect to the database. Is the first thing I should do. So let's get another terminal up here and then do PostgreSQL, and then C. Where's D? Connect, what is it? Odin or inventory app? That's it. And then so I have my, my tables here. Oh, NVM. Oh, never mind. It's running now. Did you update it to 26? Yeah. So I did update it to 26, but then I think this, I don't know what it is, but it's expecting 22 or something like this. I don't know. I think the environment defaults to an older version. Yo, how's it going, Jay? I'm great, man. It's almost 5 a.m. right now, and I love seeing you stream consistently as soon as I wake up. I appreciate that, Prathme. Tomorrow you might miss me because I'm streaming in the afternoon my time, so it'll probably be like the middle of the night for you. Yeah. Okay. So this is good. So we have our table here. So let's do a new folder. Oh wait, actually this needs to be in source. DB, and then we're gonna do pool.ts, and then then I need to install. I need to install that. So let's do this maybe pnpm add Postgres, I think it's that, PG, and then import pool from, I think it's just this, right? And then its const pool is equal to new, or let's call this database, I guess. I don't know really the difference between a pool. I should actually look that up. PSQL pool meaning, because I don't really know what the difference, like what a pool is. I'm assuming it's just like some sort of connector. A pool of available connections. Ah, I see. Wait, that's not what I'm looking for. Connection pooling. Yeah, man, I wake up at 4 for some competitive coding, and this guy's out here winning by the time I wake up. Yeah, well, remember for me, though, it's like 7 p.m. the previous day, right? So it's a different time. I don't get up early. I don't get up that early. I get up around 8 in the morning. Or so. 8-ish. 7:45, 8 o'clock. I just want to see what a pool even means. Creating a pool of connections and caching those connections. So I guess that's just all it is. Pool. And then I forget the exact specifics of the creation here. I just need to refer back to my docs for this. Oh wait. Right, okay. So the host is localhost. And then the user should be Ben. The database is inventory app. Password, I think, is empty. And then the port is 5432. Very nice. That should be good. How much productive time do you pull off a day, though? Probably about, I don't know, for this stuff, probably like 2.5, 3 hours. I would say 3 hours. The streams are about 2.5 hours, but then I spend like some prep time, you know, before and after stream, kind of setting things up. So I would call that kind of productive. Yeah. So all right. So let's do that, and then I'll actually insert some values into here. So the categories have. I forget what to view the details. I think it was like D plus category. Forget how to view view table PSQL. I forget how to do this. There's it's like DT. Shows all the tables in current schema. I guess I could just select all, but that's not really what I want. I want to show like the table info. Or is it just D category? That's it. Okay, so it's just ID and name. That's what I thought. So I'm going to do inserts into category values. Or I should just do name values, and then we'll do our values that we decided on here. I don't know if I need to do them like quotations. I think I do, actually. Yeah. So we'll do, what are our categories? So these are going to be hard-coded, right? Electronics. Actually, I'll do them. Should I do them capitalized? Yeah, sure. Electronics, clothing, and apparel. Actually, I shouldn't do them. Man, it doesn't really matter. Home and kitchen. And then health and wellness. Personal care. Automotive. Oh shit. Fuck. That's probably not gonna work. We'll see. Did that not insert? The fuck? Should have finished the query, bro. Insert into category, name, values. Okay, that didn't want to work, maybe? Control D. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so there's nothing in category. So let's try inserting into this again. Insert into why is there an error? Interesting. Oops. Insert into category. I don't know. I'll look into that after. I could feel myself sweating in here. Oh yeah, Jay, I think you missed it, but air conditioning broke again. It was working for about a week and then it died, so I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't really want to go back down there because I've already complained to concierge for like 17 other things and I am sick of it. So I don't really know. So I'm kind of, and we literally just took the fan back because I thought we wouldn't need it anymore. Because I had a fan and whatever, it's on my ass, but you know. Anyway, it is what it is, I suppose. I don't know why this query didn't work. Insert into category. I wonder if it is expecting something different. In my experience, they're always so attentive to get your money and they stop the charade immediately. Well, so this is interesting. So technically I'm in a condo building and the landlord that we're renting from owns several of the units inside of this building. So the building people downstairs are not the landlord. The landlord is ghosting us for many things, and the building people don't know what to tell me because they're like, "Oh, we'll just go to your landlord, because these are things your landlord should be handling." And we're like, "Okay, but the landlord isn't talking to us." And then so the building people kind of are just shrugging, and they're like, "Well, I don't know. It's out of our hands." Anyway, it's literally like, or like we wanted to get another parking spot. And they're like, "Oh, we'll just go to your landlord." Yeah, so it's like this hell of like the landlord telling us to go to building management. It's like when you're a kid and you go to your mom for something. Like, this is kind of a dated reference, but it's like you go to mom and then your mom says, "Okay, ask dad," and then your dad says, "Ask mom." You know, and then like it's just this back and forth of like no one's actually wanting to help us. They're just kind of the Spider-Man meme. Yeah, exactly. So it's this kind of like bullshit where we're just kind of like screwed. Like, I'm just like, if I had known this coming here, I don't know if I would have chosen this particular place. Like, the location's great, it's new, it has good amenities and stuff, but like appliances we got in here, appliances were broken, like brand new, they shouldn't be broken. Air conditioning's been fucked. You know, there's like shit all over the walls, like outside, because like they're still technically building the building, I guess. So there's like protective shit all over, and like there's like maintenance people everywhere, and it's like, I don't know. And I'm just like bitching at this point, but it's just like it's just like annoying. I've complained for over a year, and they stomp obnoxiously and do so with malicious intent. Yeah. Good news about this place is, I think between the floors, there's like a layer of concrete that's probably like that thick. So we don't actually have much noise issue. Which is a good thing. But I mean, like, for fuck's sake, like and then like, you know, they don't like us actually touching the thermostat because apparently there's an app that we have to get, and they make us get the app to do the thermostat and the lock and all these things. And I don't want to fucking use the app, but we have to use the fucking app. And then like the app we need like a login for, and then like for instance the login we had to go to our landlord for the login because they were the ones that had the login, and then they took too long to give us the login, so we couldn't even fucking lock our door properly for like a day because like we didn't have the fucking app. And it was just like, it's like hell. It's fucking stupid. You might have actual amplifiers. Oh my! Imagine if your furnace gets hacked. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know who developed this app. I don't know what it is. It's like I think it's like a general like service provider, and then it like probably is like just customized for our building or whatever. Your thermostat. Yeah, exactly. That would be funny. And behind me, I have a wall panel, which is like kind of like a home whatever. It's supposed to be like a home control. It's like an Android tablet on the wall, basically, that we can also control the thermostat from. So if your internet goes out, you can't change your heat. Pretty much, which is fucked. However, the internet, I will say, is quite literally right at my feet. Like the modem's right here. So, and it's wired in, so it's fiber. So hopefully it doesn't, you know, God willing. But and I also have like, yeah, it's dystopian. Honestly, this like, it's interesting because it's like, okay, I didn't understand people who were very adamant about owning their own home until I moved. Because I was like, oh, you know, I don't mind like renting and like living in a building. No, I get it now, okay? I appreciate the fact that you could own a house and control what the fuck goes on in the house and like how it's wired, what internet provider you use, etc., etc. You can control all this shit. When you come into here, you're fucked. Like you just gotta submit, right? Yeah. So this is like, I'm like, now okay. So I told my girlfriend, I'm like, we have a 5-year plan. We're gonna fucking, whether it's like owning a small condo, I don't care what it is. I just want to like have more control over my shit, you know. So I'm gonna work my ass off. Hopefully, get there. But I'm not gonna, you know, make very much progress if I keep yapping. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just like, this shit's pissing me off. I have a thermostat that can connect to Wi-Fi, but I have that turned off completely. Yeah, I wish I could. And like the thermostat on our wall has buttons, but the buttons have been deactivated. So you can't use the fucking buttons. They're useless. So you either have to use the wall Android tablet or your app. Which like, okay, so you can control the thermostat if you're outside of the unit, whatever. Big fucking deal. Yeah, exactly. No, that's true. It is convenient. Okay, so let's do our queries. Let's just do like, okay, so actually no, before I do that, I want to insert into this, right? So insert into category values, and then what if I just do values without the definition? Like, let's just say electronics. Oh, did that work now? Of course it did. What? Oh, because I forgot to put a fucking... Forgot to put a semicolon on the end of this. That keeps tripping me up, bro. Invalid type UUID. Ah, so that's what it is. So it's expecting for me to give it a UUID. So that's interesting. So I thought it would generate a UUID, but I guess it doesn't. So it doesn't actually generate the UUID when I make this. So maybe I want to get rid of that and just do like integer IDs or something. Oh wait, shit. Drop. Oh, because I can't. Okay, so I can't. Distribute product FT table product depends on table category. Drop the dependent objects. Yeah, because the problem is this isn't actually. The problem with this is I thought this would actually generate a random UUID, but it doesn't seem to actually be working. I DM'd you a short clip of the stomping that happens hours on end. Okay, I'll look at it after stream, Jay. Before that, though, I had a thermostat from the 80s that came with the house. It was like mechanical dial. Yes. My parents' house was built like 100 years ago, and it has one of those. And I'm not kidding. It was literally built like that long ago. Oh, okay. So can I actually do it? Wait, I might be able to do it like this. Hold on. I might be able to do it like this. I might be able to do inserts into... Oh, but then I don't know how I'm gonna like... Actually, it doesn't really matter. Insert into category, ID, name, values, and then I'll do like gen... What was the function that I used? Fuck, I don't remember. UUIG, was it? Hold on. Fuck. Gen random UUID, okay. Column electronics does not exist. Oh. Maybe like this? Dude. Does it need to be single quotes, maybe? That might be my problem. Whoops, fuck. Yeah, that didn't work. I would be somewhere crying in a corner. There's no way. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me catch up. You grew up in an old haunted house schoolhouse from the 1800s? Had a well in the basement? Damn. I had a friend stay over as a kid, and they're like, why are there babies crying at night? Oh, shit. That's crazy. Yeah, this should work, though. So it didn't insert anything. Didn't say it failed. I don't know. I'm rather confused. The apparitions liked you. Yeah, it was actually, it was funny because I grew up religious, and we had to spend a night, for whatever reason, they put a bunch of us in the basement of the cathedral for like church camp. It was like for confirmation. So if you know, like, it's like Catholicism, gotta love Catholicism. Anyway, so that was fun, and it was just like 120-year-old haunted cathedral. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this here. Let's just quit this and then re-enter as we do. Kind of like perseverating on this. So let's do, okay, so there's our tables. Okay, so there's nothing in there, okay. Oh, so that worked. Okay. I was confused. I think the problem is there was like, so I was noticing here there was a little tick instead of an equal sign, which I feel like is not good. All right, so now we have this. Perfect. There's our UUID that I wanted. Amazing. Okay, now I can just do this for all of the categories. Oops. And then we'll do, I'm just going to do it one at a time here, which I think is probably faster. And then personal care. And then automotive. Whoops. And then toys and games. food and grocery, and then other. Oh, I misspelled it. Fuck. How do I delete an entry again? Forget how to delete. I think it's just delete. Yeah, it's delete. Okay, so delete from. Okay, so it's literally just this. Delete from category where name is. Okay, so that worked. And then I can just reinsert it. Perfect. Nice. Okay, there are our categories. That's enough. Deidre's uncle, I've been to a famous one in Montreal. The one from with all the canes and wheelchairs and all the pillars. Oh shit, yeah. I've heard of that one actually. That's cool. Yeah, Montreal is like, I think it's the archdiocese, which is basically like the big, it's like the biggest, like the head cathedral of all of Quebec or Canada. I don't remember, but it's like the main one, right? Because like a lot of the French Canadians are Catholic, right? So, because there's like a diocese, which is like a region, and then so each diocese is headed by a bishop, and then the archdiocese is headed by a cardinal, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's something like that. And then like the cardinals all go to visit with the Pope in Rome, and then the Pope technically is the bishop of the archdiocese of Rome. So the Pope himself is also a cardinal, which is just a special bishop. Anyway, that's like bullshit that I remember from, church, whatever. Anyway, okay. All right, so we have our categories. So now let's test the query. So what we'll do is we'll say import db, and then we'll say const get all categories. It's actually async. And then it'll say const rows equals await db.query select from category. And again, I'm not doing any ORMs, right? So get all categories. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. And then now I can run this inside of a middleware, and then we can just see if it works, just to test the database connection. I mean, there's probably a better way of doing this, but I can just say res.json get all. Actually, this needs to be async as well. I think that actually just works like that, and then the JSON should just appear. Oh shit. Oh, because the friggin' thing's not running, that's why. That would be part of the problem. Okay, so it's not returning anything. Interesting. I wonder if we should probably try catch this or something, right? Oops. Oops. Okay, so no errors being thrown. That's kind of interesting. Yo, bro, the wolf of the coding street. I don't know about that, Ali. You prefer the export object at the end of the file? I find it easier to export each const function as I go. I do actually prefer it at the end of the file. Because then I can see everything that's exported in one view. Like for example, like I can see easily whether, like instead of like scrolling through to see I exported this, I kind of like having it all consolidated. But that's just me. That's just my personal preference. Okay. All right, so what is the issue here? So I would assume this isn't working? I don't know. I'm kind of confused. User database. I don't have the password. Async get all username await pool.query. These should all be async. Yep, that's async. This is async. I'm pretty sure you need to await it. Oh, right. I need to await this. Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, that's my bad. Okay, so that still didn't work. Await has no effect on this type. Oh, sorry. Await in here. That's it. Perfect. Got it. Yep. Yep. You're right. That's my bad. I keep forgetting that. Because I thought my dumb brain was like, oh, if I awaited it in this function, then I don't need to do it here. Yes, I do. Okay, so there. All right, so the database is working how I thought. Cool. So now I can actually get started implementing the views, I think. So do we have Pug installed? I don't know. Actually, let's find out. Is there a way to list what I have installed? pnpm list packages, maybe? Is there a way to do this? Oh, is it pnpm ls? Okay, here we go. Dependencies, express, pg, dev dependencies. Okay, cool. So I need to do npm, or not npm, pnpm. Add pug. You get pug in here. So let's do the views. Actually, I should probably commit this first. I don't have any .envs or any bullshit. Okay, this is fine. It's just localhost. Okay. Add connection to local DB. Something. Okay. Should be in your package JSON. Yeah, it would be. I just didn't feel like. Yeah, I guess I could just look here. It's just nice to see it in the. Oh, this is called Express template. I actually want to change this to Odin inventory app. And then I will change the description of this. So what it is here. Okay, that's fine. I'll just quickly do this. Oops. Okay. Good. Just before I forget. All right. Okay, so that's our listening, and then we've got Pug. So let's do our views. Then I also have to use the views, right? I think is it just this? How does this work again? I forget exactly. Oops. Use express pug. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, so view engine is pug. Oh, and then I maybe need to install the types for pnpm add. Actually, how do I add dev dependencies? Add dev dependencies. Ah, it's dash D. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, good. And then, what was the name? Types. I think there's types associated with it, right? So this should fix this problem, or not. Application record. Oh, because views. Okay, so then I need to set that. So then I need to do imports file URL to path. Imports. I think it's just import path from path, right? And then I think it was const file name is equal to file URL to path of import.meta.url, and then const dir name is path.dir name of file name, and then app.set. Oh, it's .set view engine, not .use. That's my problem. Views as path.join dir name and then views. That's what it is. Okay, cool. You can use pnpmi. Oh, okay. I didn't know because I thought you had to do add. I was reading through the docs and it says to use add, but I guess it's like potato, right? I don't know. I've been reading about it, and I like the fact apparently npm is really bloated, and I was kind of thinking about disk space, and like if I make a lot of different projects, I'm gonna like run into issues, I think, with npm kind of being a more bloated and slower package manager. So I was like, I might as well make the switch now. Like, it's probably not gonna be that much of a learning curve, right? So I don't know. I also want to get used to like trying out new things, because I think trying out new frameworks, technologies, whatever, is important when, yeah, as a web developer, because there's so fucking many of them, right? So like learning how to like switch between different, whether it's package managers or backend framework or template engine or whatever it is, like I think it's a good skill to be flexible. Yarn is good too, but I don't like it. Yeah, I've heard of Yarn, and I honestly don't. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used it. Okay. So that's good. So now I can probably actually render this sucker. Oh, and then there was the other thing that I keep forgetting to do with this. I think it was actually maybe... Was it with regard to the view? Where was it? Controllers, maybe? There's a line that I'm forgetting exists. Or that there's a line somewhere that I need for using for using forms. Okay, might not be there. Might be this. Ah, yeah, the validator. Right, so I probably should do validation chain as well. For this shit after. Where the fuck was that line? Express validator. Yeah, URL encoded. This is it. I'm not 100% sure what this does, but I remember this being an important thing to add to the app. I'm just gonna like Google it and see. URL encoded in the use of body parser. 'Cause, 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 Yeah, so you need express.json in your URL for get, for post and put requests. Ah, okay, so this is necessary for post requests. Okay, that's what that's for. I honestly forget, but I know that's kind of what they used here, and I don't want to run into a weird error. And then I think I can actually like just put the link here. Like that. So if I like, that should put, oh no, I guess not, maybe not. Maybe this. Ah, so this should allow us to open it. Perfect. Nice. I know this is HTTP. I don't think we can even use HTTPS with this, can we? I don't think there's secured anything in this. I don't actually know. Okay, so we have our views, and then we'll make the other folders, controllers, and routers. This whole process to self-sign your own certificate? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I don't know. So I would assume though that like full stack frameworks do that for you, right? Because I know the S is like for like secure, like it's like end-to-end encrypted. I think that's what that means, or something like this, right? Yeah, secure. Uses encryption for secure communication. Yeah. Oh yeah, TLS. Transport layer security, SSL, TLS. Okay. When you deploy it, hello, what is your way that you're following to learn? Oh, I'm using the Odin Project, Maher. I don't know how to say your name, but it's a free and open source web development curriculum that I'm using to kind of guide my learning. And I would recommend it. I've been doing it for almost 100 days. When you deploy it, it assigns a certificate. And Grok would allow you to expose it by HTTPS. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still like, I feel like there's so much shit to learn. Like, I'm getting to the point now of like, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but it's the, it's like, let me see, let me find this curve of competency. Where is this? Yeah, okay. So I'm at this. So whenever you're learning a new skill, there's like a curve that you follow. It's like, it's a pretty rough model, but you know, there's where is this? So it's basically like you have confidence on the y-axis. Let me try and find a non-blurry image here. That's like bullshit. All right, so I'm just gonna put this here. So basically, you have not this is confidence on the y-axis, and then you have time/actual skill level here. So the idea essentially is that you start off, you know, pretty, you know, not confident, and then you gain some confidence because you start to actually build stuff, right? But then you get to the point where like you start to realize how much shit there is you actually don't know. So then your confidence actually decreases as you even gain more skill, right? And this is time, but you could also supplement this for skill. So like, I feel like I'm in this trough right now, where like I know enough to know that I don't know anything. right? And with all of these different things, like especially like when it comes to like whether it's like full stack frameworks and like how HTTPS works and like do I need to know that to know how to do full stack like there's just so many like different bits of information that my brain's trying to consolidate, right? So I would say I'm like kind of in here right now, or like maybe coming down this slope. And eventually, as you really gain skills and you work your way out, your confidence increases again. So anyway, that's kind of like a really shitty kind of thing, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm in that like trough of conscious incompetence, I guess. I'm a desktop full stack. I just want to start learning web dev. I'm looking for someone. Do you recommend any? What do you mean looking for someone? Like someone like a tutorial? Like someone who does tutorials? Specifically? Or like what are you looking for? Someone who does tutorials. Yeah, I'm not the best person to ask for that because I don't really follow tutorials myself, but I use documentation and the Odin Project. And I would recommend, honestly, trying to self-teach and not rely on tutorials as much as possible, but that's just my style. Web Dev Simplified has really good tutorials out there. I really like him. And there's another guy too, for more front-end stuff. What's his name? Kevin Powell is good too. But he's more front end. But Kevin Powell and Web Dev Simplified, I would say, are two great creators. Again, I don't watch much of their content, but I know they exist and I know they're decent. So, all right. So, let's get back to it. I'm gonna start off. I need to decide like what routers. Okay, so let's see. So I need to have some routers for this, right? So I need to do routers. So I need to have like an index router. Handles directly connected to the app through the root. And then, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And then the index router will be the parent for product router. All aspects related to products, or all functions, I guess. So I should say like the route. So we'll have that, and then we'll have the store router, which will be /store. I know this is kind of gonna go. It's gonna be discongruent with what I put here, so I might change this to like products /all or something, or whoops, stores. Stores router, products router, all functionality related to stores. So I'll say products new, stores new, stores ID, products ID delete, and then stores ID delete. I think those are good. Something like that, right? Maybe I should just do this to here. Yeah, what the fuck. Hi, bro. Day 2 of joining me. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What should I call you, by the way? I don't know how to say your name. Like Simoom. I don't want to mispronounce your name. It's just I don't know what you'd like to be called. Do you have an idea of what you will do after completing Odin Project? Yes, I do, Mohammed. I actually plan on building my own. My first full stack app is going to be a Pomodoro app. So if you notice on my streams, I do Simoom or Rifat. Okay, got you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for clarifying. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to build a Pomodoro app, as you may have seen on streams. I use the Pomodoro to kind of, you know, track my time as well as to not like burn out. So I'm going to build my own, and I think it's really low scope, which is what I like, and it'll get me building, a full stack app from start to finish, hopefully in a couple weeks. And then I'll probably maintain it and stuff like this, but that's kind of the idea, is to do that and then to expand from there. But that's my first. That's gonna be my first full stack app that I'm gonna build. And I'm debating whether I just do it like with I might honestly use a full stack framework for it. I don't honestly know. I haven't decided. And then after that, I think I'm gonna learn some Golang. I don't know. And I also want to start figuring out a content strategy for videos on this channel as well. So that's also in the works. In the next, hopefully, few weeks, you should see. I have a video planned. I have a new video planned. I haven't started scripting for it or anything, but I've started jotting down ideas. But I have a new video that's hopefully going to come out in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be fun. I don't know how often I'll upload videos, but I want to do that ideally on top of the streams if I can. I'm not going to push myself too hard, but I think it'll be fun. So anyway, that's enough ranting. So I have my index router, which is going to load this, and then the products and the stores router will handle everything else. So I think these are good for routers. So then we have the views. And I might rename these as well. So let's just get the index view working, I think, is our main first goal. So let's do, actually, or we can get the router working. So import router, consts index router equals router, export default index router. Why? Cannot be named without a reference to PMBM types express service status. Oh, do I not have? Okay. So I can't infer the type there. That's fine. It's probably good to do it explicitly anyway. All right, so there's our router. And then we'll do index router dot get. And then we'll do request resolve, or response, I should say. And then we'll do our try catch. And then res.render index, and then probably no properties with that. Right. Actually, maybe a title. Inventory app or something like this. Then we need to create that view. Index.pug. Doc type HTML, and then we have HTML head. And then let me see, pug, the pug documentation. Where is the, I have pug here. I have pug cheat sheet. HTML lang en. And then the head. I don't know if the head actually needs anything. There's React integration. That's interesting. Huh. That's cool. I'll look more into that after. I think this is fine. I don't think I need anything in the head, actually. I think I just do, or no, head, right, head title. Title equals title. And then body h1 title. Does this work? I think. Then we get that in there. And then I'm going to have middlewares for this, right? Actually, I should probably put this into middlewares already. So we'll do index controller. And then we'll say get index, or I should say index get or something. I don't know. Oh, and then because this is not what I wanted to do. And then paste this guy in here. Oops. And now I can export this. As index get. There we go. So now the view should actually render. Oh, you know why I won't is because I don't actually have it connected to the app. That's why. So we need to do app.use. I think it's this. Perfect. Oh, although the title isn't rendering. Why? Okay, so inventory app, that works. Oh, H1. Title. How do I include the value again? Oh, is it equals? I guess. Oh, equals title. I just need the equals. Perfect. Nice. All right. There we go. So here's our inventory app. The other thing I can do as well is I can do a is I can include a footer that gets included. And then maybe what I do is I have, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of leave this. And then on the main index, I'm going to have navigation to other routes, right? So I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to get a render new product with view with new product form, and then basically have a way to update new products, right? I think that's the first thing we should do. Is we'll get the products router. Oh, Jesus, this needs to be in an object. Okay, actually, I'll just do it like that. Okay. Is it raining outside? What's the noise in the background? Yeah, so I use a rain, like an ambient rain video, just to kind of add some background noise. It's a little quiet probably, but you know, you can check it out here. It's just a YouTube video. Hopefully they don't like copyright me. I bet it's kind of hard to identify rain. I don't think so. So I don't know. I'd love to eventually, because I do music on the side. I'd love to eventually, if I had time, make my own ambient soundtracks for stream. But you know, time is of the essence, right? So anyway, all right. So this is fine. So this is a project router, which remember sits underneath the index router, right? So what I need to do is I need to actually use that inside of my index router. So I'm going to do that here. Index router dot use products. I think it would be like this, right? And then products router. I think that would actually work. And then if I navigate here, and then let's just do like a basic new file products controller. And then I do, oh yeah, I need to import the types as well. Const products get all or something, or all. But I'm just gonna make this, let's just do a test. And of course, when I make this with integration with the database, I'm going to need to make this asynchronous, right? Products page. And then exports products test get. Good. And then products router dot get, and then it'll be all, or test, I'll just say test. And then so now if I go to slash products slash, actually I should just make this the root. So if you go to slash products, hey, there we go, there's our products page. Cool. All right, so that works how I wanted it to. So the other thing I need to do is obviously have a view for that. So I need to do, let's first of all make the view for the adding a new product. I'm just going to copy this. New products dot hug, or products new maybe. I don't know. Let's do title, and then we'll say underneath this we'll do a form action posts, and then or sorry, action is not post, I don't think. Action is the route. So it would be, I think this is relative to, is this relative? I don't know where this is relative to. Are pug forms relative to router? I don't know. And then the method is post. Should be localhost 8080 slash. Okay, so then products slash new would be the right relative to that. Okay, got you. Thanks. So this should be fine then. I think that was the route I wanted, right? Yeah, product slash new. Cool. All right. Let's delete that message. No, thank you. There's an error deleting the message. Okay, Jay, if you could get on that, please. Obscenities in the chat. There we go. Thank you. That's a warning, Glossy. If you say something bad again, you're gonna get banned. So. What a child, yeah. It took me a second actually because I was like confused because I could tell it was backwards, but yeah, not good. Okay, all right. So now I need to have label. I guess some people just like to come in here and like cause shit. So just be label. So what do I even need for a new product anyway? I forget what my schema even is. Name description. Okay. Name description and category ID. Which that's going to be kind of a bitch to get, but that's fine. I'm going to spam to remove them from stream. Oh, got you. Oh, good idea, Jay. Yeah, because it's the fucking the preview. Yeah. I hope I can edit that somehow. I want to figure out how to make that client refresh properly. Like when a message does get deleted. But I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. I don't know. This is just like the built-in chat client with let's say product name for the for Streamlabs. Yeah. Okay. So product name, and then input is text. ID. Oh yeah, the ID is like this. I forgot. Something like this. And then name is product name as well. And then I think that should work. I wonder if then I can have this in its own div. Dot form row. And we can just copy paste this. Oh, but then I would need to have it in a text area. Which I don't think needs its own label, or does it? It's not going to be an input, it's going to be a text area. And then I need to have a category. So I need to do a category drop down, I think. Which I might actually have in its own view. Maybe? Because I'm going to be using that for... Actually, no, I don't need it in its own view. I can probably integrate it right into here. Yo, Tron. With the fire. I appreciate that. I'm assuming, I'm assuming that's encouragement. Okay. Okay, and then we need the category dropdown, which is actually going to need to do its own query for that data. So I'm going to need to actually get, I think I can actually just do dot form row, maybe. Does that work? Maybe. I don't even need the div part. And then what? I need that options. So I need to do, I forget the multi-select is. HTML multi-select or options. I forget what it is. Oh yeah, it's select. ID is maybe category select. I don't know if what the convention is for this. And the name is category, maybe. And then underneath this, we need to loop through and then add options, right? So we need to have our options in here. So let's go back to the pug reference. So I need to do a loop. Okay, first of all, actually, we don't need includes. Iteration. Each val in. Is it val only? Maybe it is. Each val in, and then I can say categories. Each val in categories, and then, why is this like this? Okay. And then we'll say option value is the value. I don't know if this actually works. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Doesn't really have any documentation for that. And then so this is going to be our categories and the options. And then I think that's it. I think that's all we need for this. Oh, and then a submit, obviously. Right. I'm also going to make these... I need to actually probably have some sort of validator in here. Practice that. So I need to add name and all fields must be filled. Name must be only contain letters. We're gonna small inventory management. I realize I'm mid at DSA right now. Oh, are you direct? Oh, I forgot about the break. Let's go on the break. I don't think you're mid, man. I think you're better than that. Personally, I think you're a DSA god. Okay, maybe not a god, but yeah, I'm just writing down my constraints here. All fields must be filled. Name only must contain letters, and then I can just go through that after. I refactored insertion sort, but it's entering an infinite loop. You know, a good thing to see why, I don't know what you're using to work on that direct, but sometimes it's really good to have like, I think you can do this in VS Code where you can like step through each instruction, or not each instruction, but each line of code to see like which logical, like kind of like a breakpoint, right? You can have like a breakpoint and then C++ Visual Studio. Yeah. I don't know if in Visual Studio there's a way to see like breakpoints and then kind of go through each line of code and then see like what condition is happening that's causing the infinite loop to occur. Can't really speak to C++ Visual Code or Visual Studio because I've never done it before. But yeah. I don't know. There's a way of doing it. Using printf too, yeah, that's helpful. I myself love using the console to debug. It's the classic way, right? So I need probably like a maybe like to do maybe. I can just probably just track this with like a. I need better project management. I want to like have maybe like a Kanban or something like this. I don't know. Are you gonna host this project once complete? Not sure yet, Tron. Maybe. The only problem is I want to learn, like, I'm kind of up, like, I tried doing hosting with, like, if you go back to my previous couple of streams, I tried using a platform as a service to host, but I didn't really like how canned the experience was. Like, I wanted a lot more control and, like, seeing what was going on, so, I don't know, I'm gonna, like, dig around and see, because maybe I'll do a side quest and, like, figure out how to set up a VPS or something with, like, DevOps, like, basic DevOps stuff. I might dig around in that for a bit. I don't know. The only thing with PA platforms is they kind of give you that security out of the box. And I don't really know how to set that stuff up. Yeah, so I don't know. For now, though, this is just going to be local until it's built, and then I'm going to decide what to do with it after. But the code, it is open source. It will be on my GitHub. So if you want to, clone it and dick around in my code base, you totally can. So yeah. Actually, everything I make on this channel, at least for learning, is all open source. If it's on my GitHub, so except for my Obsidian vault, but I might publish these notes at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. That's the plan. Oh yeah, the other thing I need is putting products inside of stores, right? So maybe stores ID. I may need another. I forgot about this. Stores ID. New product or something. Add product. Get is view store inventory and or view add product. Actually, I don't know. I'll decide that after because we need a way to interact with the inventory. This is an incomplete list currently, but we'll just work with the products now. Just to get that working. Okay, so we've got this, and then this should now render out properly if I give it the categories. So what I need to do is I need to, so the categories are going to have a name and an ID, right? So value, so the value is going to be val.name, which there's no type safety in this, which I don't really love, but that's okay. We can control this in the controller, right? So instead of just sending this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to query the database to get all categories. And the problem is every time I do this, I don't know how to implement caching. Is there like a native way of doing this? Or like a better way of doing this? Oh, you can also read, Tron, if you want to learn a little bit about me, you can read my FAQ here as well. I have some more detailed questions there, or answers to more detailed questions. Node express caching. I don't know if there's caching. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're okay. Is the stream okay? Stream health is excellent. Okay, the stream's alright. Stream's alright. I want to see how I do this. App cache. Res.render. I mean, I probably don't need to cache it, but like if I don't want to keep re-requesting the, for instance, if I don't want to refetch the get all categories every single time, right? Necessarily. So I don't know how to actually do that. Holy fuck. API cache library only allows for caching for specified durations. Oh, node cache. Like, could I not just store this in a variable? Caching can be done via middleware apparently, but the Express website recommends caching services once deployed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have to worry about it, but I could implement caching because, like, again, every time I don't want to have to rerun this query every time I want to get the list of categories, right? You know what I mean? So I can say const categories equals, and then this is gonna have an ID in a row. So I actually need to do export type category. Type is, it's going to have an ID, which is going to be a string, and then a name, which is a string as well. And then this is going to be a category type list, probably, and then it's going to be a, what is it? Get all categories. Await. And then what we do is we pass this to the res.render. You can initialize a class and then export an instance of that class for your routes to use. Oh, I see. Okay. So you mean like inside of, like, I could have like a categories class or something like that with the list of categories or something. So instead of having to do like a DB call every single time, I'm actually going to do this DB call just for now because I want to make sure it works. But that's a good idea as well, Jay. Cool. All right, I'll work on that after. I just want to make sure this works. So we're gonna render the products new view, and I don't know like if there's a better. I just want to call it with like the first word being like the name of the router, and then the second word being like whatever it is. So like new product, and then so we'll have a title. I think, is there a title even in here? Yeah, there is. Okay. So we'll say like title is like create new products, and then categories is categories, right? And then maybe we'll have this just a little bit nicer looking. Something like this, right? I'm gonna say products NuGet and then like NuGet, like nugget. No, NuGet, and then I'm going to put this into my middleware here. And then this is gonna be /new. I think that was what I decided on. The shorthand for categories would be ... categories. Yeah. Sorry, for which? This products new, yeah, that was what it was, okay. You don't need categories, oh, okay, okay. So it wouldn't be, but the specific variable here, I don't know if I need a spread though, because that would give me all the categories as different. Would it not? Or would this just give me one? Like, I don't want each category as its own attribute, right? I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I want to just give it the list of category types, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Remove the spread. Oh, so it's just this then. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm just thinking of all the objects as like key value, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. So then all the category types have an ID and a name. So this should work. Okay. That is cool. I think we just one-shotted that, honestly. We got our products. You really didn't have to change it? Yeah, no, I didn't. You're right. That's fair. I get that. It's more so like, so I understand, like, I don't know. No, but I totally respect that. Okay, cool. So we can't post because there's no, obviously we didn't do the, you know. So what I want to do now is, so actually I need to make this, I need to give this a label, first of all. All right, so the styling looks horrendous. And I was actually thinking, is there a way, and I'm not going to worry about the styling yet for this necessarily, but is there a way to inject Tailwind into Pug? I doubt it. I feel like that's cursed. I'll probably just do CSS like manually, like the old way for this. Because again, eventually I want to like learn like proper frameworks and stuff like this, but I'm kind of just using tools. Like that's the thing, is like a full stack framework is like kind of batteries included, like everything's out of the box. But what I'm kind of doing here is like the front end is kind of like, you know, like I have to do this, but like for certain, then this renders server side to give to the client, but like then what if I wanted to have something that renders client side that involves the server data to fill it in? Like, I don't know. There's still like some things that I'm a little confused by. Like if I were to implement this in React, like how then do I fill these in? Do I have to just like do a request to the server or something like this? I don't know. I guess I'm still kind of like confused why I would need like what the difference between like I know what the difference is, but like why templating engine versus React, I guess, is kind of my thing. Hi Ben, good morning from South Asia. I appreciate you, Fanstar. Good morning. Good evening from Eastern Canada. It is 8:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so then now we have a post, which then we need that post with a query in here. So I actually need to write a new query for that. So I'm going to say const post new product. So we'll write that. I assume they wanted to keep the bytes as small as possible. What do you mean? Oh, for like for Odin? You mean like for like Odin? That makes sense, I guess. To learn, yeah, that's fair. I think because I'm just at the point now, and I kind of had that like competency curve where it's like you start, you go up initially because you like start to learn stuff, then you go down, then you're and then like, you know, confidence is on the y-axis and skills on the x, right? And so you go like up like this kind of as you gain more experience, your confidence kind of goes up, then down, then up again. I'm kind of in this like trough of despair because I'm starting to, connect the dots and like see how how these different systems are all connecting to each other, but I don't feel good enough to like jump in and like just try it. Instead of just using like these templating languages, which I'm like totally happy to do this for this project, but like eventually, I don't want to have to do, all of my front end and like this sort of thing. And then the other thing is like you can't get the benefits of any sort of client side rendering with this, right? It's all kind of on the server, which like I guess is, there's pros and cons to that. Anyway, okay. You'll get there. This part is fun but tedious. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to be patient, I guess. I'm getting to the point where like I can see what's coming, and I'm getting kind of excited by it. But I just got to be patient. Okay, so let's say const, or let's say uses wait. Because I need to get the data, right? So I actually have to have the data to post, right? So I need to do products, or I should call it like new products. And then this should be, I should probably have like a product type or something like this to go with this. I should probably have like a types folder. Is it type.ts? I forget the convention. Is it .type.ts? So I want to just put this in here. That's what I do. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to do product.type.ts. Export type product type. And then it's going to have an ID as a string, name string, description string, and then a category ID, which is also going to be a string, I think, because it's just a pointer to the category ID. And then what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to match this to, we're going to have to match that to a category name, which is where the class is going to come into handy, right? In handy. Okay, so then we have new product, which is a product type. Because then what I can do is I can have that class map an ID to a name, which is going to be convenient. So we're going to do await db.query inserts into products. I think it's just product, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's product. And then we'll do name, ID, name, description, category ID, values, and then we'll do the values, which is going to be gen random UUID 1, 2, 3, which is then going to be new products dot name, new products dot description, and new products dot category ID. And I think that works. It's horrendously ugly. I wonder if I can do this like this so that I can do multi-line. So I can do something like this. That looks a little nicer. And then so I have that now. Now I don't think this is going to work one shot. That's the exact reason I prefer ORMs. It's not hard, just works DX. Yeah, exactly. No, I get that. And the ORM section, Jay, is coming up. So after we're doing an auth thing, and then ORMs is after that. So we're getting there. I'm just gonna leave this here. Post new product. And then now I can use this in the controller. So const products new post. I think your mind will be blown. Yeah. I mean, my mind is blown constantly when I'm doing this stuff, so I think it's a good thing. All right, so we got to get the body. So the body is going to be, so we have to actually construct the new product. So we have to say const new product as a product type is equal to ID is, actually, we don't actually include the ID, do we? No, we don't. We shouldn't, actually. Because the ID is going to be inserted, right? So that's kind of like the tricky thing here. So I might not even include that. The category should have an ID, though. Only because, unless instead of gen random UUID, and I wonder if that's going to error out. If I do in the queries, instead of doing gen random UUID, I just pass it in new product.id, and then I generate the UUID inside of the middleware. That might actually be a better method. I don't know if I like that more. It should work. I'm going to try it anyway. So then I can do this as like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like this, right? Okay. So we have ID, which is crypto.gen random UUID, right? Random UUID, there it is. And then name is rec.body.name. Or what was it? Product name. And then description is rec.body.product description. And then the category ID is the rec.body.category. I don't actually know what gets submitted there. Value.name, so it would actually be the category name that I'm getting. But I would need to actually convert that into an ID, right? So what I might actually do now is, before I get ahead of myself, I'm actually going to implement that category typo and product description. Yes, you're right. Good catch. Okay, so I'm actually going to do the category object now. I don't know what folder that should live in. Go back to the pug template. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is I have a category select, right? But the problem is what's going to be given to the form is the name of the category, but I want it to be a reference to the category ID, because, and I could have just done this so that the name of the category was the primary key. Value is val.id. Oh yeah, that's true. There we go. Or sorry. There we go. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so that actually might work then. But then this is returned as rec.body.what? Category? I guess it's just category. Because if the select name is category, then it's category. You'll still need the val.name. Oh yeah, that's true, I will. Okay, cool. Yeah. I wasn't thinking. I actually do wonder what'll happen though if I just put val. Ha! Perfect. Okay. That's what I wanted. But if I do val.id here, then it should show the IDs, right? Perfect. Those are the IDs. Oh, awesome. Okay. So that's working how I thought. Okay. Nice. All right. So now we have this. This is our new product. And then we can await the what was it? The posts. No. What did I call it in the frickin' in the queries here? Post new products. Right? And then I forget, do I try catch in the middle? No, I probably have to try catch here, right? So I'm going to try catch this. I think this is where I try catch, right? Or is it in the actual, is it in the router? I think it's in the middleware, or in the controllers where I do this, the middlewares. Okay. So now, theoretically, this should work. You could do either or both. Okay, fair enough. I'll leave it just in the middlewares for now. Oh, but I need another products router.post /new and then products new post, right? And then that should import. There. Nice. Okay, so now the router's done. The middlewares is done. The view is done. And the query is done. A lot of different things. A lot of moving parts, but you know. So now, theoretically, if we put in a product, let's say an apple, shiny, red, and delicious. I don't know. Food and grocery, and then we add a product. Oh, but I forgot to redirect. Son of a bitch. I forgot to redirect. I'll redirect just to root or something. But that should have added it theoretically already. So let's do select from products. Ah, no, it didn't. There it is. See? Perfect. Nice. The apple is in is in the database, guys. So that did work, but I just forgot to redirect. So let's do banana now. Let's add a banana. I don't know, yellow, sweet fruit. I don't know. Nice. And then we go back, and then now we should have that there as well. Cool. And then the other thing I want to do is obviously add nav for the app here. Like buttons to navigate to certain things, right? My description is not appropriate. Yeah. I mean, I won't lie to you. I did think of that. Just do nav. And then we'll do a, and then we'll do /products. Actually, maybe I could have an index view for the products where I can go to products. I can just do view, edit, or say products. And then this should probably be a UL as well. Forget how to do, like, can I do LIA? How does this work? LI, LI with the links. Oh, I can just do LI like this. Okay. And then that'll take you to a root page. Right? Okay, so I'll take a 5-minute break again. And then I need, how do you like Pug in comparison to EA.js? It's like night and day, honestly. Like, what do you think? I think it's pretty slick. It's like super easy. Like everything makes sense. It's not, there's no bullshit, like percentage brackets, gross formatting. I can see exactly what's happening in here. You loved Pug when I was using it? Yeah, when you were using it? Yeah. Understandably so. I get it. Yeah, I think again, things like Pug, like, are there any in, you know, you can tell me if I'm crazy, but what's the use case for Pug if you're like, for something like Pug or a templating engine for, like, if you're using a framework, or is it, since the framework is opinionated, then, or whatever it is, it's kind of like formulated, then there's no need for it unless the templating engine's integrated into the framework somehow. I don't know. I'm actually gonna commit here. Sorry, I just wanted to do this. Should get in the habit of committing more frequently. They're like apples and rocks, really. I don't know of any use case that would use templating like that inside of a framework. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they all have their own templating. Interesting. I've never seen, like, so is the React templating then? Like, what's the deal with React templating? Because I don't think we used that when I was just purely in the front end. Because, like, I would have used React, maybe. JSX, TSX. So that's the templating then. So we have been using it. But then, like, for example, if I were in a... okay, so I have another question. So if I have a router, could I render... How does that work? Like, okay, let's go to my middlewares, actually. If I go to my middlewares, can I render a React component? So, like, how does that work? You know what I mean? Like, do I render a React component? Which then, like, I don't know. I'm confused. Like, so for the app.ts, for the view engine, can I use, like, does React have a thing? You would render the HTML with the bundle.js? Oh, you mean like on product build? Or not build, or sorry, like when you build it. npm run build, then you render that HTML. But then that's confusing, because what if you want to render, like, yeah, but, like, okay, so, but then what if you wanted, like, a separate view? Because like for example, I have different views depending on the route, and like I think with a React thing, you render out like when you build the project, it builds everything, right? So I don't know. That's like maybe just me being a little. I don't know. You're getting into SSR, which is a whole other can of worms. Yeah, server-side rendering. Because I mean, I knew this was server-side, right? That's why it's a templating thing. This is rendered on the server and then served back to the client as an HTML file. I knew this, right? And then that's kind of what these little interjections are here, right? I don't know. All right. Let's do one more Pomo and then end it off for tonight. So I think the first order of business is to create a cache for this category type. And I don't really know where I should put that. Maybe like a utilities. Class product. And then I could just have this as like a can I have the constructor be asynchronous though? I don't know about that. Or can I have an async function run in the constructor? You cannot? Yeah, I didn't think so. It's complex for everyone. Yeah, because like, so if I'm gonna query the products, right? Oh wait, you can? What? So I could call it from the constructor, right? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So I can do an await. All right. So let's do. So we get that through the query, right? Post new product, or sorry, get all categories. So I can do this dot categories is equal to await get all categories. Category. Okay, but then how do I run the async function? Yeah, that gives me an error. Okay, so then becomes private constructor public static create async return me. Oh, okay. I think it's better creating a setter so you get the categories from an async service and the result is passed to the class setter. So you get the categories from an async service. Yeah, which is my async service, and then the result is passed to the class setter. Okay. I see. So something like this. Oh, no, probably bad. Never mind. That's probably bad. Correction, you cannot run inside of the constructor, but create an async function outside and then init when creating the instance. Okay. So I don't think we ever ran into this issue. Before. Oh, this dot init. I see. Does it need to be private though? Doesn't have to be? Okay. Public static async create. Okay, so this looks something better. Wait, why is it static? Oh, because it's factory method. I kind of like this idea here of doing something like this. So what I can do here is I can do, because this is only going to be like, a one instance thing, right? So let's try this out. I'll just say init. Why is it a promise void though? It's like if you want to have a global state which stores the categories, they're supposed to be fetched once, aren't they? Yeah. That's the idea, is that they're fetched once, and then basically this is essentially like a cache. Sans. That's kind of the idea. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Why is it void? I'm not sure about that. And then so what we can do is we can actually get that. So we can say return. Actually, I can say categories dot this dot categories equals get all categories, or wait, get all categories. Right, and then what do I do inside of the constructor then? Like an empty string? Or an empty array? Something like this? I don't know. It isn't returning anything, just setting the global categories using this dot categories. Yeah, that's the idea. But why do I need to even say it's a promise? Because it's async? Is that why? I know that, but like, why do I even need to say, that looks like it might work? Yeah. And then the idea, what I was going to do here is I was going to say, because this is just like, I only need one instance, right? So what I can say is I can do, I don't know, this is kind of weird, because then I can basically say const, I want to say product category class or something. Because I want to say product categories. Or I can even say categories. But then I'm going to get categories.categories, which is kind of weird. So maybe I need to have this like a, maybe you can have it as like a list. I'm just trying to think of the naming I should do that for this. God, I hate naming. Category controller. That actually might be better. Yeah. And then I can have category controller.categories. I mean, this isn't ideal because then like that's the same as this. I don't know. And then await this. And then exports category controller. Export default. I guess this is kind of like a controller as well, but a different kind of controller. Categories. I can even just call this categories. Sorry, I'm like waffling on this a lot. And then I can have different functions in here for like getters and setters. But I forget the exact syntax. Well, Ben, I've been really busy lately. Remember I DM'd you on Discord? We still have that call sometime, like when you're free. Oh yeah, I do remember you. I was actually thinking about that the other day, Plato. But yeah, absolutely, totally. You can DM me back on Discord. I kind of thought you like dipped on me a little bit, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to bother you. So but I appreciate you reaching back out. Anyway, this might be bad. I don't know. This is ugly. I don't love this, but I don't know what other. I don't know what else I should do for this. So categories.list, and then I need a getter and setter. I know TypeScript has its bullshit getters and setters, right? Like it's got its getters and setters. Yeah. So we have get all, so we can say I'm so sorry, I've been onboarding some clients. It's way boring than I'd like to do, but it has to be done. That's fair enough. No. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you were doing or what. I just wasn't sure. I honestly had no idea. But I appreciate you reaching back out, and I'm still, it's interesting stuff that I think you're doing, and I'd love to learn more. Okay, so this is private. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I do because I want to get by name and get by ID. So I can say I want to make this maybe private. And then I can have a getter for the list. So we have a getter for the list here. And then, but I don't love how that actually is like that. I might actually just do this. get all categories. Ah, but that's the same as this. I might just call it all or something. Shiny apples, yes, indeed. You know why I said shiny apples? Because, okay, so this is interesting. So there, well, not really interesting, but it's cool because I didn't have this where I lived before. But I was going for a walk the other day, and there's a South Asian supermarket, like 10 minutes from my house by foot. And I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I'm going to go check it out. So I went in there, and they had the best looking apples, like Honeycrisp apples. So I bought like 3 of them because they were like really good price. And I ate one, and it was really good. So that's my Honeycrisp apple story. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be going back there because their produce is like, it's like the same price as Walmart or like any other like big box store like Loblaws. It's like Canadian, grocery store. Same price, but it's like so much better because it's like local, or like I don't know if it's local, but it's like a South Asian grocery store. Like I don't know, they just look better than they do in like the main grocery stores. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm definitely gonna be going back there, and if it's like 20 cents extra, like whatever, like I don't care. So anyway, so we have all, and then we have get name by ID maybe, and then what we'll do is we'll do a return this dot list dot filter, and then I need the ID in here. ID is a string, and then we'll say category, and then we'll say, oh wait, actually, category, whoops. This dot list dot filter category dot ID equals ID, and then dot name, right, or something. Wait, this dot list dot filter. Oh, but this is going to return an array, isn't it? Or is find another one? Find returns the value of the first element in the array, which predicate is true and undefined otherwise. So the predicate is a function? I think like dot find is good for this. Because I don't want get by name ID, ID category type ID, more type safety. Ah, I got you. Fair enough. I didn't know that was actually a thing. I appreciate that. Even though it is a string, but yes. It's more verbose at least. Even if this does resolve to a string, you're right. It is more verbose. Okay, so this should just accept the function, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this should be fine. And then this is a dot name attached to it, right? This dot list dot find. But then I want to get because the element is an object, so maybe I have to put this in a const category, maybe, and then return category dot name. If category. Otherwise, return like null or something. When you go into RMs, the schema will change constantly. Interesting. So you don't have like direct control over the schema, so it kind of like figures its shit out. Or is that what do you mean? Like, is the schema dynamic? Is that what you're kind of trying to say? And then this is the exact same, but the other way around. So I'm going to do get ID by name. And then I'm going to say name is name. And then this category.name is name. And then if category, return category.id. There we go. You do, but as you develop, the schema will change. Ah, I got you. Okay. I mean, is that not true with developing like without an ORM too, or is that like, or is it just because it's like more of a pain in the ass? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. All right, so this theoretically should now work, right? Get name by ID and get ID by name. I think these are the only functions I need, and then getting all of them, right? So that's good. It's more of a pain, yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have this, and then, so now I can actually integrate this into, okay, not this, the queries is fine. Products controller, rec.body.category, so instead here I can just do categories dot, oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Gotta love naming. It's fucking annoying. So this should theoretically then work. Because I const categories as await categories.init and then I export it. But I don't know when this code actually runs. So this is kind of a mystery as to whether this will work or not. But I kind of want to see whether this will work. I guess we'll find out. So if we go back to our inventory app and then we go to products full send. I mean, it looks like it's working. I can't actually tell whether this is working or not, but I mean, it seems to be working. Apparently. Let's just, to be double sure, I'll just rerun the. I mean, yeah, it looks fine. I guess it does work. All right, so that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna actually commit this. I'm gonna say cache categories into a utility class. Use query to initially fetch categories on object creation, then can get categories on demand, then other methods can get categories on demand from this utility class, or whatever it is, something like this. One suggestion is to fail quick, like adding guards, for example, before last return. You do if not categories return null. If everything's all right, the last return categories. That's actually a good point, Sans. I'll actually probably do that before. That's actually a good point. I'll refactor that right now. That's actually, I like that. I'm just gonna go back into doing that. So we'll do that actually now. So we'll say if not category return null. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and this shouldn't change anything about how this works, right? No. Even cleaner to avoid crashes, you return an empty array. True. Could do that as well. Honestly, I'm impartial to what I return here. Actually, because it's not really an empty array. It'd be an empty object, technically. Because a single category is an object of category type, which I'll just do null, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Or I guess well, I get null pointer exceptions, right? Or not null pointer exceptions. Fucking like a null value error or something. But that's good. I like that suggestion. Can you show me the queries TS file for a bit? I'll pause and like to look at it. Sure. Just a second. Let me finish this commit here. Oh wait, shit. That modification didn't get staged. Let's redo this. Fuck. Hold on. Where's the commit message? Here it is. Something like this. The string as you return null worked. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Why am I looking at the diff? It's not what I want. I guess that's true. Empty list, empty string would be better. It's a string because I'm not returning the whole object. That's right. Okay. Something like this. Where was I? Queries. Yes, I'm going there right now. So here are my queries currently. Your function will always evaluate to truthy with an empty string. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'll think about it. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. Again, is this like the best? I haven't written all the queries yet, but this is just like basic stuff. But it does work, ostensibly. So, apparently, anyway. They do show up here when I added them. So it's good. So, I think I'm going to end stream there for tonight. Not sure when my girlfriend's getting home from work, but we'll see. Usually she's home by now, but I don't know. But anyway, so I will be live again tomorrow in the afternoon, I think. I'm going to do an afternoon stream around 1. I will post the schedule in an hour or two, but it's looking like tomorrow, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday and Thursday I'll take off. Thursday is my girlfriend's college grad, so I'm going to be gone all day for that. And then Tuesday, she's off work, so that is the plan. So it'll be kind of like spaced out. It'll be nice. It'll be like stream, no stream, stream, no stream, stream. But anyway, so I'll see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon, probably. And if anything changes, you know, I'll update you. Thank you all for watching again. I really appreciate each and every one of you that watches. Really helps a lot. You know, makes this whole process fun, and I really enjoy it. So if you want to see more, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. That'd be great. Join the Discord. Link is right there. And I'll see you all next time. If I can go to my Streamlabs.